السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. أهلا وسهلا بكم في قناة ايزي انجلش. النهاردة هنعمل مع بعض ريفيجن للصف الثالث الإعدادي، أسئلة مجمعة حسب مواصفات الامتحان المجمع. عندي السؤال choose the correct answer number 1. هنبدأ طبعا بالفوكاب. It's not too hot on the beach because there is a nice طبعا breeze. The restaurant in the guidebook was very good طبعا recommendation. I don't know how to get to your house. You can give me طبعا directions. The students usually stay in use when they visit the city. طبعا in use hostels. Salt is often used to fish and other food. طبعا preserve بمعنى يحفظ. The teacher asked us to write a طبعا description for our of our visit. يبقى طبعا هنكتب وصف للvisit to the museum. Number 7, it is to take your passport when you go to another city. طبعا it is essential. Ola is always, she will do very well in her exam. يبقى she is always hardworking. There are 8 that go around the sun. Very good. طبعا planets. Use the cleaner to clean the kitchen room. طبعا the vacuum cleaner. I'd like to you to my house this Saturday. يبقى طبعا invite. That man has a very loud, I can hear him from across the road. يبقى very loud voice. The of the book you are using is New Hello. وطبعا this is the title. Number 14, this is a note helps the police in their work. طبعا detective. Number 15, this is a story about the pharaohs in ancient Egypt. طبعا about the pharaohs يبقى historical. If a person feels يبقى he is not strong. طبعا feels weak. A or N is a text that gives you the most important information about something. يبقى طبعا summary. A is a person in a book, play, film, etc. طبعا character. N is a person who helps in a shop or in a ticket office. طبعا assistant. Many tourists use A to learn about a city's history. طبعا and the places. طبعا this is the guide the guidebook. Many tourists use you need a when you visit another country. طبعا passport. The best place to traditional English food is at a food market. يبقى طبعا to try. Is swimming with equipment so that you can breathe with your head in the water. طبعا snorkeling. The tourist did not speak Arabic but well in English. يبقى well communicated. You need طبعا well communicated يعني بيتواصلوا جيدا. You need strong to be good at most sports. يبقى muscles. Hassan's father said that the car was difficult to because it was raining. طبعا difficult to control. The teacher asked me to the books to the class. طبعا handout. You become when you are 18 years old. طبعا you become an adult. Many people like to freeze food to eat يبقى طبعا to preserve. There was no electricity on the farm, so the farmer used so that he could read. طبعا ما كانش فيه كهرباء في الفارم فاستخدم ايه؟ lanterns. Spring begins when flowers on trees. طبعا when flowers appear. We walked up the street in a to celebrate the start of spring. طبعا in apparent. The children wore historical A for the school play. يبقى طبعا historical costumes. A or N is an important day with lots of activities. يبقى طبعا festival. Teachers STEM students to enter competition. Encourage يبقى يشجعوهم. I can't A on two things on the same time. يبقى I can't طبعا تاخد preposition on. Focus on يعني ركز. The students used the to draw a graph. يبقى طبعا used the e-book. عمر won a يبقى فاز ب A for his amazing invention. طبعا won a reward. Travelers want free A in airports because they need to send emails. طبعا Wi-Fi. Muhammad Salah showed amazing during the match. Amazing skills. First, Rania got A or N in medicine. Then she got a job in the hospital. طبعا ايه هذا degree. Spring begins when flowers on tree. طبعا عملنا قبل كده appear. A sports team might win A at the end of the competition. يبقى طبعا التيم win trophy. Layla could read when she was 2. ده يبقى she is a genius. Use the mower to cut the grass in the garden. يبقى طبعا اللون mower. I don't want to hear about your problems. طبعا personal problems اللي هي مشاكل الشخصية. I couldn't my home village after spending 10 years abroad. يبقى I couldn't recognize يعني ما قدرتش أتعرف عليها. Ancient Egyptians used A to move boats forward. يبقى oars. Means to do something that interests people. يبقى طبعا entertain اللي هو يرفه. The ancient Egyptians made small pots from papyrus. يعني عملوا الايه small pots from papyrus. Engineers have invented robots that you when you speak. يبقى that ايه يبقى that hear you when you speak. We must use to hold up a tent. يبقى we use poles. 10,000 were at the football match. طبعا 10,000 spectators المشاهدين. Long ago tennis players didn't have to wear special shoes on tennis court اللي هي ملعب التنس. In games like tennis you use a to hit the ball. طبعا you use a racket. The scientists have some important research into climate change. has a طبعا has done and research تاخد verb do. Athletes have fantastic over their muscles, breathing and balance. يبقى طبعا control. Did you have any finding your way to the new school? يبقى finding have any trouble اللي هي مصاعب. Ahmed usually plays the violin in a or an on Saturdays. طبعا in a concert orchestra. The school was 40 years ago. طبعا set up معنى اتبنت. The girl is so she cannot hear you. طبعا is deaf. In Egypt, deaf students are now included in a general education schools. يبقى in Egypt slightly deaf اللي هم ضعاف السمع. Can you work what that new word mean؟ يبقى can you work out يعني هل تقدر تفهم أو تطلع. Deaf students up sign language طبعا take up معنى started to learn or an person who works to protect the country طبعا soldier. People think that bottles and paper is very important for the environment. Recycling. Alice's cousin is studying engineering at university. I want to see that film because in the newspaper says it is very exciting. يبقى طبعا the review. The scientists have a new medicine to help fight heart disease. يبقى طبعا developed. What time does it become light? In the morning. In the desert they were as they lost their food. يبقى they were starving يعني ماتوا جوعان. Noah invented a that produces energy from a local material طبعا اللي هو device الجهاز. To enjoy your holiday in a foreign country you need to have a good طبعا a good guide. Sleeping alone in a dark room always makes me feel طبعا feel excited. Engineers are now wanted for the new washing machine factory. يبقى طبعا expert engineers اللي هم خبراء. Are good places to play tennis when it is very cold outside. طبعا indoor courts. Can give all the answers to the difficult sums. يبقى genius. Robots can be sent inside volcanoes to study things that are dangerous. October 6, 1973 is all over Egypt. يبقى is celebrated. The tradition also dates to ancient Egyptian times. يبقى طبعا dates back. There was a strong wind, so the streets are full of trees. يبقى طبعا leaves of trees. Who was the first pizza طبعا invented by. I would like to eat eggs for breakfast. يبقى boiled eggs. STEM school students follow the latest technology اللي هي آخر تكنولوجيا. STEM schools are schools which focus on developing students. يبقى special. This course will help you to improve your English language. The personal robots are to help people with jobs at home. يبقى are designed. We will visit museum next week. يبقى science museum. The Olympic Games are an important event. Hassan, the glass with water please. يبقى fill the glass. يبقى املا. Ali is genius at math. My brother is very good at math. He does many correctly. يبقى طبعا he does many sums. Which university did your mother from? From Banha University. طبعا graduate. My mother couldn't the math exercise yesterday. طبعا couldn't solve. The Egyptians used the Nile to goods. Very good. يبقى to transport. Steam ships and powerful ships didn't need the wind. It's better to stay than make mistake. يبقى to stay silent. يبقى من الأفضل تسكت بدل ما تخطئ. Everyone should do 30 minutes of exercise each day. طبعا physical exercise اللي هي الرياضة البدنية أو التدريبات البدنية. Athletes are good at controlling their muscles and طبعا their breath. their breathing اللي هي عملية التنفس. You can a lot of muscles when you go swimming. يبقى you can use. It is important for all the people to continue to their brains everywhere. يبقى use every day, sorry. Some people prefer to learn by drawing pictures or diagrams. 130 scientists do different experiments to animals' intelligence. يبقى to measure. When I go to the on the internet, I see games that they are enjoyable. طبعا enjoyable يبقى interesting games. The writing of most languages uses different lines. يبقى the writing system. Louis Braille signs for math and music as well as letters. يبقى طبعا made up. To find the meaning of a word, you should look it in a dictionary. طبعا look it up. Books of blind people use dots instead مع of letters. The best place to traditional English food is the food market. يبقى to try. Samir likes reading stories to know more about the work of detective. يبقى طبعا crime stories. I tried hard to the problem. طبعا to solve the problem. Few people have in historical stories. يبقى have interest. طبعا مش هاخد interested لأن interested هيجي معاه verb to be. Let's go by the Nile. يبقى let's go walking. In the past, our grandparents used to wear clothes. يبقى traditional clothes. The teacher asks the children what this symbol means أو represents. يعني العلامة دي بتمثل إيه. English and technology are for getting a good job. يبقى are essential. If something is essential, يبقى it is طبعا very important. In order to visit another country, you must get a passport. Children should how to develop their skills. يبقى should learn. The government focuses the developing your ability to work in a team. طبعا قلنا focus تاخد preposition on. The Nobel Prizes are given to great people. يبقى طبعا are awards. By 1500 tennis was played with a wooden طبعا racket. Who is your in the tennis competition? يبقى who is your opponent? Opponent اللي هو الخصم. Students need a lot of to write reports about the experiment. يبقى طبعا needs data. نبدأ مع بعض بقى أسئلة الجرامر. When is شم النسيم in Egypt؟ طبعا دي في الباسيف يبقى celebrated. This book was pages than that book. طبعا pages countable يبقى fewer. People often drink water in hot weather than when it is cold. يبقى طبعا more water. It is cold and windy today. When you go outside يبقى you should wear. Students in our school have visited England. طبعا few لأن student معدود. I give the message يبقى I give my sister the message. لكن for مثلا to my sister أو تبقى I give the message to my sister. There is a lot of traffic today. We might be late. The math homework was very difficult. Were you do it يبقى were you able to. Blind means that you cannot see يبقى being blind. You speak English when you were 6 يبقى could you. Iman sent an email يبقى Iman sent me. Wear a coat. It rain today يبقى it might. My neighbor who is a teacher sometimes helps me with my English. What did you do before you came to school يبقى what did you have to do يعني طبعا عندي did. The museum is near our school is always busy in the afternoon يبقى طبعا the museum which. وطبعا مش هختار where لأن مفيش activity داخل المكان هنا. Television for a long time is not good for you طبعا watching. He wash his hands before he eats يبقى he must wash. Look after your possessions. You leave them on a bus or a train يبقى طبعا shouldn't. You take photos of people unless you ask them طبعا you shouldn't لأن ما تاخدش صور لحد بدون ما تسألهم. People have interest in historical stories طبعا interest uncountable يبقى تاخد less. The photo shows Alexandria in 1990. My parents lived there يبقى طبعا هنا تبقى في when لأن قبلها time. English all students study at school is very important subject يبقى الإنجليش which. My brother muscles are very strong carries the heavy books يبقى طبعا whose muscles لأن هنا ملكية. I couldn't go to the park yesterday because I to finish my homework يبقى طبعا I had to. You do that it's against the law يبقى you mustn't. Students often have little sleep in a time during school time than during the holiday. The hotel was noisy so they had little sleep. The bottle has orange juice in it يبقى طبعا الجوس uncountable يبقى the least. In Bosnia eggs in a big pan يبقى طبعا eggs are cooked. Tourism to grow in the next future طبعا هتقولي will expect طبعا will expect هتبقى جملة active ودي مش active يبقى is expected to grow. In the past fish every day طبعا in the past يبقى was caught طبعا مش was catching لأن دي passive. In Australia the start of spring in September every year يبقى is طبعا celebrated. I am sure it is a British coin يبقى أنا متأكد إن هي British coin يبقى it can't be Egyptian. This Hassan's bicycle he doesn't have one هو ما عندوش يبقى can't be. STEM school students be hardworking يبقى must be. The phone is ringing it not my friend Sammy I am not sure يبقى طبعا I am not sure يبقى it might be. You have been working very hard today mom you must be tired بتشتغل طول اليوم. Is this Nadia's bag it not let's see if her books are in it يبقى نشوف إذا كانت فهم طبعا مش متأكدة يبقى might be. There was a fire at the hotel but firefighters to put it out very quickly. طبعا هتبقى ايه، انا عندي هنا to يبقى هتبقى ايه were able to، لان كمان عندي firefighters جنب. You able to speak to the teacher today about the homework. طبعا هنا able to يبقى طبعا معاها ايه verb to be، يبقى were you able to. Here is Mona's book, please can you give it يبقى طبعا هنا to her. You to get a passport to travel to other countries، يبقى طبعا هنا ايه must. You look out for dangerous sharks، يعني تاخد بالك من dangerous sharks، يبقى ايه should. You revise for the exam، it's my advice. طبعا هنا advice يبقى you should ايه you should revise. Fridays have the number of cars on roads، يبقى ايه طبعا the fewest number of cars. People drink when it is hot، يبقى طبعا drink much. How many were presented at the meeting، يبقى طبعا how many. There is water in this lake because it was very dry this year، يبقى ايه little. There is milk in the fridge I can't make the cake، يبقى little. Lots of fish that we buy nowadays، يبقى is frozen. This email sent by Mona، يبقى yes it is، يبقى طبعا is this email. His passport when he was running to catch the train، يبقى was lost. When is Sham el-Nissim in Egypt، طبعا celebrated. To my friend's party and it was good chance to meet my friends، يبقى I was invited. Is this photo everyone is wearing warm clothes، يبقى it must be very cold. That Ali is in the street, he has gone away on a holiday، يبقى this can't be. That A be a real dinosaur، there aren't any dinosaurs on earth، يبقى this can't be. That book be good، Ahmed hasn't stopped reading it all the day، يبقى must be. When you were 10 stand on one leg، يبقى طبعا هنا could you. I wasn't able the heavy books yesterday، يبقى able to carry. We are going to paint the room، we are going to get new furniture، يبقى طبعا in addition. Being a great player Ramadan Sobhi scores amazing goals، يبقى in addition طبعا to لأن وراها فعل من ing. I bought a mobile phone for my brother. Here is Ali's book, can you طبعا give it for him give it to him. Have you sent the new book، يبقى have you sent her. She hurry she is not late for school، يبقى she doesn't have to hurry. In those days players hit the ball with their hands، يبقى players ايه طبعا هنا hit the ball with their hands، يبقى in those days طبعا دي في الباست، يبقى had to. We to do computer studies when we were at primary school، يبقى we didn't have to. She get a passport to travel to London، يبقى she get a passport to travel to London، يبقى she has a to. Does to music makes you feel happy يبقى طبعا does listening. thank you for not my cake mom يبقى طبعا for baking. Mona thinks that bottles and paper is very important in the environment طبعا recycling. I played a wonderful game with my friends made us our day. طبعا هنا تبقى ايه؟ هتبقى which لان هنا صلحت لنا يومنا تعود على الجيمز. The photo show Alexandria my parents lived there. طبعا هنا ايه؟ sorry lived once طبعا هتبقى where. طبعا لو في there هتبقى when. Our school I like very much is 10 years old which. Mr. Adel factory produces cotton clothes is very rich طبعا هنا هتبقى whose لان هنا ملكية. What about a break now I got tired طبعا يبقى what about taking لان انا got tired انا كمان. Ali doesn't like science he gets high marks in it يبقى however لان هنا في تعارض. The toy is fantastic do you think in Egypt يبقى do you think it is made in Egypt. وطبعا هنا مفيش استفهام لأن الاستفهام في do you. وبكده نكون وصلنا لنهاية مراجعتنا. أتمنى التوفيق والنجاح لكل طلبة الصف الثالث الإعدادي. Until we meet again in another video. Goodbye and good luck.